GYMDAD Fitness. Today we have a protein review for you. And not only a protein review, we have a nighttime protein review for you. And this is, if this looks familiar, it's kind of staying with the theme, with the trend of the skeletons. This is the mass cast, and we got a little spooky looking skeleton eating some cotton candy in bed. My daughter saw this thing and she's like, "That's so silly. You're not supposed to eat cotton candy in bed." She was just baffled by why this guy would be eating cotton candy in bed. But yeah, we break a little bit of rules here at Masscast Nation. And then, so let's get straight into the label and effects. And then also, before we get kicked into that, just kind of want to give you a background of nighttime protein, casein protein, its history. And since I've known it, I can't go, stating back from, when the Pilgrims came over and they share that first casein, they share that first meal, and then drink their casein shakes before bed to make sure they didn't go catabolic at night. I don't know that far. I just know that in 2012 is when I remember casein kind of bursting on the scene. And in this time period, if you didn't drink a casein shake before you went to bed at night, your muscles were gonna just eat themselves as you were sleeping, and you were gonna wake up shriveled and frail and just go catabolic for hours straight. So you either needed to wake up in the night and eat peanut butter sandwiches. I think that's what Ronnie Coleman used to do, if I remember right. Or maybe it was Jay Cutler. Or you need to drink BCAAs throughout the night, set your alarm for your BCAAs. Or you need to drink a casein shake that will stay in your system for, I don't remember what they said. It feeds the muscles like, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours or some shit like that. I can't remember. But I feel then, so for everyone in every single company had their main ISO and then their casein. And the casein also had this thick, like, a kind of feel to it, almost like pudding-like too as well. Some people liked it, some people didn't. The texture of it was kind of like almost grainy. And anyway, it was. I remember in college going over to my wife's dorm at the time and freaking out, like, "Oh, I gotta go back and get my damn casein shake." And she still brings it up. Remember how much she used to get worried about not having your casein shake. And so anyway, we've learned over time, and you see ups and flows in the industry. And I feel like there's less talks on the casein shake. It's still around, but I feel like the almost companies use casein as like making a multi-phase protein shake, like almost like a meal replacement. It's a way to like thicken up the protein. There is still a handful of companies that still do the select casein shakes at night, but I don't know if there's any. I think it's more of a, you need to be the research type thing and see if you like it and if it works in your schedule. I don't think anyone's long-term results be like, "Oh, that guy got fucking massive drinking those casein shakes." It's just kind of a person by person thought process and trend of the times. But anyway, so it's been a while since I've done these casein shakes pre-bed. I remember there was a time where I started doing them again. I'll mix them with a little almond milk, kind of like make like a little dessert out of it. I did a Quest protein review way back when I started the channel. That was 50% casein, 50% isolate, and it made a real nice like pudding like texture if you mix like a couple ounces of almond milk and let it sit in the fridge. But this one, we will not be doing that. We'll get into the flavor. So anyway, let's get into the label breakdown now that I've kind of given you a background summary of casein and what people use it for. And, its history, its trend, what I've used it for in the past. So we've got a history here. So first off, this is a 30 servings, 1 scoop container. 15 grams of molecular casein protein, which is kind of on the lower end. Usually we see between 15 to 30. I've never seen one with just 15, but this is the 1 scoop, 2 scoop instructions. So depending on, I personally like to eat something before bed. And so like this is, maybe they're thinking of like, you eat your normal like pre-bed snack. I do a cold tub and sauna, and then a cold tub, you crave fats afterwards. So I usually eat my couple whole eggs and a handful of egg whites. And so this has been a nice little nice little add to that little routine that I'll have on the side. And no fat content in this one. Also no sugar content. Just 15 grams of straight protein. So anyone worried about consuming too much carbs or sugars or fats before bed, very, very low cal option here. And then creatine mono at 5 grams. That's an interesting one. There's actually been new research. I found this out during the creatine review I did. That was one of the ones I had really delved in and like fucking do a science project beforehand. And I learned during that creatine review that creatine can actually help with like, I think they said it increases like lucid dreaming and can help with like your brain function as you dream, the REM sleep cycle, and a bunch of science jargon. But anyway, the creatine, not only is it for gym bros now, it's also for brainiacs as well. And then we have valerian root extract at 500 milligrams. It's a pretty solid dosage. And then organic chamomile extract at 200 milligrams, another solid dosage. And I saw valerian root. I remember back when I worked at GNC, I had this Beyond Raw brand. It was in a yellow tub, and it was a nighttime casein shake, and it had the same damn thing, the valerian root in it. And I would thought, well, I could feel my muscles getting bigger when I laid in bed at night when I took that shake, and it made me just sleep like a baby. And it's all mental, so I'm trying to get at there. It's like some of these things. So valerian root and organic chamomile, it's not going to just like knock you out. It's not like just like a straight um, you know pill of sleeping meds that's just going to like just conk you. You gotta like put in some work. You gotta have a good pre-bed routine. I'm not. This isn't a review on sleep, but I've done a lot of like. Uh, there's a mindfulness meditation on Netflix, and they had a mindfulness sleep series. And so I kind of got like a little bit addicted to melatonin. I remember I started taking it at a really young age, and I literally could not sleep without my 5 grams of melatonin. And it's like if I had a sleeping aid in the house, I needed to use it. So this is the first time, and the reason I like this one and I want to use it is because the valerian root and chamomile is they're nice like sleep aiders. They're not like make you black out. Like they're not gonna just knock you out unconscious, and they're not gonna like deplete like your body's ability to produce natural melatonin, anything like that. I'm not saying that I would never do a sleep aid product like that again. Who knows? I might be doing a review on hypnosis, or I'm trying to think of another one of those main ones. I think Alpha Dreams has one by Alpha Lion. There's some really good ones out there. um, but it's not saying that I don't like those. It's just for me personally, I have a tendency to like get addicted to like sleep medicine or so there's sleep supplements where I feel like I need them to sleep. Otherwise, if they're in the house, I have to have them. And if I run out, like I get like in my head about not being able to sleep. And so stuff like valerian root and chamomile is very like subtle. It's not like something that's gonna like you're not gonna crave it like as far as like that feel of relaxation. It's very like in the background. I've always been like try to avoid my phone before bed. I listen to like a Audible. I do the nighttime routine, so I've tried to like add like a more structural routine to my night instead of like just taking something that is like puts me unconscious. Is what I'm saying. So I don't want to like backtrack and go back to where I was. And so this product kind of fit really nice into my regimen. And overall experience with it, great. It's just how I thought. It kind of just was a nice little ad to help me fall asleep. Yeah, the effects were great. It was easy on the stomach, no digestive issues. There's no sweeteners in this whatsoever, so I had no issues with the stomach. It was the taste. So this could be a deal breaker for some. They say it is cotton candy. This thing is it's pretty much powdered, um, unflavored protein with the taste of like a cup of tea and mixed in with it, and maybe just a subtle taste of some sort of cotton candy in the background, but no candy whatsoever. The cover makes it look absolutely delicious. Now I have talked to Masscast and gave them some feedback, and I told them I don't know if I want a full on like flavor system because it's so nice on the stomach, and it would be cool. Like I think they're gonna try to mess around with some monk fruits, what I've heard, and which if you guys have know monk fruit, all it's a non-artificial sweetener. It's not like we take so much sucrose in the day through our BCAs, our pump products, our pre's. Most people watching at least, I'm assuming you're taking sucrose, and it's not that like I am like this huge like sweetener snob, but it's like right before I go to bed, I really want to take it easy on the stomach. It's had a long day, and this monk fruit is one of those things that always settles well. It might add I can't remember if there's actual calories in monk fruit, but I know it doesn't digest like sugar. And one of the big popular ones, I think it's even tends to be a little more on the health conscious side than like a stevia. So excited to see what they come up with that. But overall, love this product. Obviously, the taste isn't good at all, but it's not like unbearable. Like I drink it, but I don't look forward to drinking it. If you know what I'm saying, I drink it for the effects. The effects are really good. It really helps me like ease into the night. If this was just a flat out casein protein, I probably would lose motivation to drink it. But the fact that like I actually do feel like it helps me relax, kind of motivates. That's what shows you that I actually do enjoy it. Like if you look at this tub, I've got like 1 or 2 scoops left, and that doesn't happen with a casein protein that just tastes like nothing with some tea in it unless there's some other effects going on. So overall, I have really enjoyed this experience. Highly recommend this one if you are kind of similar to me, like you want some sort of sleep assistance, but you don't want something that's just going to black you out and make you feel like you need it in order to fall asleep. This is crutch here, like the sleep, like aid with it. It's not gonna actually create the sleep. So anyway, first one, doing a casein sleep product, and definitely a huge fan of this one. I really look forward to seeing what kind of flavor they come out with, and hopefully it matches this, so I can look like I'm eating some cotton candy in my bed. But GYMDAD Fitness, like, subscribe. We'll stay tuned for some more videos.